Tom, fight number 6, April the 2nd, but not in your normal venue, because I think most of your fights have been at Olympia. We're at Robin Park, which is, I presume, not too far away from your home in Skelmersdale.
No, not too far at all, and I've got a lot of mates who go out around Wigan as well, so I've done quite well on the tickets this time. And yeah, I'm glad that it's a new venue as well. I mean, I've been at the Olympia 4 out of the 5 now, so it's good to...
oh yeah, because you had on the big show, didn't you?
Yeah, in the Echo, yeah.
Is that your second fight, that one?
Second one, yeah. So it's good to boxing in a new venue. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, well, I mean, it's a new venue for you, but it's a place where we used to regularly go. I think it's where actually Jamie Moore won his European title there. I remember being, well, I don't really remember, but I was there, but I was very drunk at the time. So it's a place I always like going to. One of the better sports halls.
Yeah, I've been to a few shows at VIP. Brogan boxed there, didn't he?
Yeah, many a time.
There's been a few shows, so I'm looking forward to it. Good atmosphere. It's quite closed in, isn't it, as well? So that'll make a good atmosphere.
Is this going to be another 6-rounder?
I'm not too sure yet, to be honest with you. I'm not. It's been a bit up in the air, you know, chop and change with opponents and like the weight and things like that. So.
Well, we thought everything was going to simplify, you know, in the new after you know started back from COVID, but actually it's just got just as crazy.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like I say, it's a fight to get you out, get some more rounds under your belt. But we were just talking before, and you feel like at some point this year you want that step up opponent, someone where we can really judge to see whether you can go for those titles, which we believe you can do.
Yeah, that's what I need. I mean, the last 2 fights with that Ukrainian fella, they were good tough fights, and they, you know, they made me enjoy the sport. These tough fights. I'm not here to just box journeyman all the time.
Well, were you happy about that? Because normally when you get a rematch, you normally get 1 or 2 fights, and certainly if you're the you know, the home fighter, normally there's 1 or 2 fights between the rematch, so we can see how you've improved. You've just got him straight away.
Well, it weren't planned, was it? I was meant to box someone else, and then my opponent pulled out the day before or the day, and then his opponent pulled out on the day or the day before. So we both sort of weighed in and both didn't have an opponent. So Steve said, "Listen, why don't you fight him again?" I thought, you know, what can you do? But then it, you know, I put things right where I was a bit sloppier in the last fight.
Does that not make you feel better then?
Yeah, that makes me feel better. I mean, it was like 18 months out or 2 years out since COVID for the first one, and then normally I thought, what'll happen is you'll sort of get back in there, you know, get a bit of a journeyman, get the ring and stuff, but it wasn't. It was straight in for a bit of a tear-up. We didn't know nothing about him, did we? Because no one else had boxed him before. He'd come in a bit heavier as well. He'd all fought heavier, so it was a good, it was a bit of surprise. I didn't really know what to expect.
I think he had a bit of a kickboxing background.
Yeah, he did, so he was a bit, and he was unorthodox as well, wasn't he? So he come to win, but to be honest, that's what I enjoyed, a bit more of a fight, taking a few, giving a few, and that's what I'm in the sport
in that round, he shared and took a round off you in the first fight, so it was nice, I think, in the next fight to put that to bed and end up getting your I think it was 60-54, wasn't it?
Yeah, give him a bit of a beating on the second one, like he did him a few times. So I mean, I put things right, and like you said, this year we need to start pushing on for a few big fights.
Do you feel I mean, it's been a mention. Do you feel like you're still holding back a little bit, because even though you did give him a beating in there, do you not feel you could have done more and perhaps even got him out of there? I know that's a big statement because not many people have got him out.
No, I agree with you there. I mean, I could have put my foot on the gas. I mean, I'm still learning how to sort of pace myself through the rounds. That's the way. That's my style. Sort of like to punch pick my style. I don't like to waste much. So, you know, I've been looking at adding things to my game. You know, landing a few more bigger shots. But I mean, if it had been another couple of rounds, you never know. I might have got him out of there. But yeah. Maybe I could have got him out of there if I'd have put my foot on the gas a bit more earlier.
I was just watching you before then, and it looks like, you know, you are sitting down on your shots a little bit more and looking for those power shots. Do you think those stoppages will come in as we get these longer rounds now?
Yeah,
and also with opponents that are coming to real test you. I think it was, you know, last time.
There's a couple of things as well, like my weight. I'm not really boxed at 10 stone, have I? All my opponents, they've always been heavier, and my weight is like 10 stone, maybe even lightweight, what we're going to look at. So once you get an opponent who's, you know, same weight, 10 stone and then coming to win, I think then you start seeing the knockouts, because it's harder with these heavy ones. They're a bit more durable, obviously, they fought at bigger weights. So it's just one of them.
So you're excited for the next 6 months then? Because that's when these fights are going to happen. I mean, like I said, we don't know what's going to happen here, but what's exciting about it, we never know what you're going to get. You never know what you get, and like I say, the last 2 times it's kept you on your toes, because yes, it wasn't what you wanted, certainly not the second time, but he's actually probably your 2 hardest fights that you had.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like right now, again the opponents are chopping and changing, so you've got to stay switched on, because they could throw you someone and he's coming to win, and then next minute you took your eye off the ball, and then you know what, anything can happen in boxing.
And it's happened so many times on our show.
So many times. So obviously right now I'm just staying switched on, keeping my weight down, and yeah, just doing everything I can, trying to just relax and just let it be.
And hopefully maybe if this goes down well at Robbie Park, maybe this is where you do step up later on in the year, maybe on your first 8-rounder, topping the bill down there.
Yeah, exactly.
Be perfect for you, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that'd be perfect. That, and that's
with one of those step-up opponents, maybe like we was mentioning before, Jordan Ellison or someone like that.
Yeah.
And that could be perfect, because he's a guy that you have to beat if you want to go to levels where we believe you can go.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't want to sit back and take these easy fights all the time. I want to test myself and see where it can go. And obviously he's a great fighter.
But they've not been, have they? You made it easy the second time, but they're not easy. And like I say, you don't know what you're getting. That's what keeps you on your toes. That's why I'm looking forward to April the 2nd.
Yeah, and I think it'll give me that bit of motivation, that not missing motivation, but when you're fighting these sort of journeymen or the ones that are easier and you can beat them on an off night, it's hard to go through the gears. But when you've got someone who's coming to win, and if you have a bad night, then you're not going to beat them. Then I think the training will take over level.
As we've always said, when you're an amateur,
the best in me,
certainly at your level, every fight was a 50-50 fight, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
And then sort of you get your first few fights here, and you're expected to win, and you're expected to win well. It's how well you can win.
That's it, yeah.
But like you say, I do believe it was good that we got the Ukrainian kid in, because no one knew anything about him. No one knew. So it brings that fear factor.
Yeah,
you don't have to manufacture it. It's there. You know it's there, because you haven't a clue what's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. And it was the first time I felt that in a couple of years.
Which is perhaps not a good time to get someone when it was your first 6 rounds.
Yeah, that's what
after 18 months out.
Yeah, and 3 days. It was only 3 days. I think it was 3 days before the fight they mentioned him, and then on the way in, I still weren't fighting him. It was sort of up in the air, and then they weighed in. They went, "Well, what are we doing? And are we having it or what?" And then I thought, I'm gonna have to, aren't I? So then we took it, but it was good. It was good. It gave me, like you said, it gave me a bit of that fear factor, and it got the adrenaline going.
Like I say, I'm looking for it, and like I say, you can't get any closer for you than Robbie Park for home. So, like I say, new venue for you. Hopefully, if you can sell that place out, then it would be a brilliant place to return. And
that's it, yeah. I mean, could open it be a new home for me, couldn't it? And obviously there's a lot of people coming, so thank you to all of them who's coming.
Well, actually, because we've got the Wigan boys as well, Joe Howard and Lenny go on there.
Yeah.
So realistically, it could be a belting venue.
Yeah, there's a few good fighters
because you're all early on in your careers, and hopefully that's where you could be picking up your first titles.
Yeah, I'll keep my average stay and just get on there. It'll be good venue,
Alright, well listen, I'll see you. It's not long now. It's week tomorrow. Tomorrow. So hopefully, I presume you've not got the luxury of a day before weighing now.
Well, it's still up in the air. This is the tough thing of bottom end boxing. People think it's an easy sport. You've got your opponent there. You're weighing the day before. It's all set in stone. But the reality is of lower end boxing. You don't know what it is.
Now you've done all hard work. That was one of the last sessions of camp. There's that other part of the job now, which is collecting the ticket money, and getting all that in. I mean,
exactly. It's not easy, is it?
No, it's not, mate.
Especially I've got a little baby now, so I'm running around training, then looking after the baby, then training again. So, and then obviously I'm trying to sort all the tickets out. It's full on. People think you're living this life, people think you're living this good life, but you're getting beasted in the gym. You're going home, you're knackered, you're looking after your kid, then you're going back to the gym. Then you're trying to sort all the tickets out. It's graft, it's graft. So
why'd you do it then?
Yeah, why'd you do it? It's just in you, isn't it? Once you start, you can't stop with boxing, can you?
No.
It's just do your art. Once you're a fighter, that's it. Then once you've had a taste of it, and you know how good it can be, it's all you think about then, isn't it?
And but as I say, you know, hopefully, realistically, if everything goes well, you know, with 5-0, before the end of the year, you could be on that stepping stone to those first titles, couldn't you?
Yeah, well, like you said before, we've got get a couple of these tough fights in over the next 6 months, the ones where they're just below the level of, like, say, titles, where you can judge and measure where you're at. Obviously come through them, and then we're knocking on the door then, aren't we, for titles, and that's when it'll start getting a bit more exciting.
There's a lot of expectations on your shoulders, you know. You're the kid that, when I talk to people and mention your name, good kid him. That's all I hear, good kid him, good kid.
Yeah.
So there's high expectations.
But it doesn't mean nothing though, does it, unless I go and prove it. You know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So
I need to go and
puts pressure. And do you like that? Do you like that pressure?
To be honest, you can't put the pressure on yourself. It doesn't bother me what other people say. You know, people's opinions on you and stuff, like, they change day by day. Especially in boxing, it's like a fickle sport, isn't it? One minute say, oh, he's the best thing ever, and then they take a loss. I knew he was rubbish. I knew he was going to get beat. So just don't pay attention to none of it. You know.
But it's nice that it's positive, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice that it's positive. But like I said, it could change tomorrow. Everyone could say, oh, shit him and all this. So it doesn't bother me.
Tom, I'll see you on the second, mate.
Yeah,
no, I'm saying 6-0. Take care, mate. Bye.